Welcome to Streaming Deluxe! My name is Mr. Orange and today we're going to talk about a new Steam sale event. So the name of the sale event is Board Games Weekend. So you can see here those really funny little smiley faces they're running around. So yeah, it's very cool. So board games. We are all like, yeah, I don't know if you're the generation of board games. So for example, I was playing a lot of board games when I was younger, but I'm the generation of the early 80s. And when I was getting older, I actually preferred to play video games. So video games, computer games, all of this. But I don't know if people still like board games. Let's have a look at those games. So as always, so here you have the, let's say the biggest hits of board games. And then you can see also the prices and yeah, what do we have here? So I have, for example, Slay of the Spire. That's a board game I have. Well, let's say a card game. So board games is maybe not completely correct, since those games are kind of a turn-based strategy, tactical games, or also card games. And then yeah, here for example you have all of those card and deck building games, strategic and conquest, and then we have the casual and party games. So for example, the Game of Life, I have this game in my library, so €2.50. So if you have a friend to play, definitely an interesting game. Adventure games and free to play, that's also very interesting. So a lot of free to play games if you do not really think about now spending money for it. As always, in those kind of Steam sale event videos, I would say let's have a closer look at the biggest hits especially. So we see, for example, Armello 50% down. It's a very positive game. 50% is good, so it's €10, so check out this game if you're interested in it. Then we have Kremlin's Incorporation, so very positive review. It has 65% down at the moment. This is a very good price, so it's €5.24. If you are in the EU, in the Eurozone better said, so the dollar prices are more or less the same, so you can calculate them more or less 1-to-1. Even if the dollar is a little bit weaker than the euro, so that's the whole point. So in Europe you pay a little bit more for games, but you have a higher purchasing power than Access and Allies. 1942 online. 10% down, mixed reviews, maybe not then so interesting. Then we have Blood Bowl 2, a mostly positive game, 75% down. So this seems to be a good, Blood Bowl 2, a good offer. Then we have Jackbox Party Pack, so it's a mix of different party games. So very positive review, not so much down actually. And then we have Space Hulk Death Ring. So if you're a Warhammer fan, so this game might be interesting for you. Mostly positive review. Then we have Terraforming Mars, mixed reviews, 50% down. Pommel Party, very positive, also not so much down. Then we have the Hand of Fate 2, very positive. So this game, I've seen it a lot, so I never really considered purchasing it, but I think it's actually interesting. So I'm definitely going to take a closer look at this game. And then we have Slay the Spire, overwhelming positive. So I got it for review purposes. I didn't play it yet, so this is definitely something I'm going to do now in the next day. So I'm going to play Slay the Spire. So write me down in the comment section if you're interested in some videos about this game. So overwhelming positive, so I'm definitely looking forward to this game. And then we have Book of Demons, 40% down. Book of Demons, it's now €13.20, so also very positive reviews. This looks like one of the better ones. And that card and deck building games. So I have some of those card and deck building games. Card games are kind of fun. So for example, Hearthstone or the Witcher games have a very interesting card building game. So it's a mix. I mean, those biggest games are also now here in the card building and deck games. So which looks interesting, which has the highest percentage? Space Food Truck. 85% down, €1.50, mostly positive. This sounds good. Then then we have Sentinels of the Multiverse, very positive. Very positive, 80% down. That also looks not too bad. Dead Exit, that's an interesting game. Mixed review, not so interesting as I thought. Then we have Ascension VR, so a VR deck building game. So you're standing in VR in front of those big cards. That's actually a funny idea. This could be cool. So why not? Why not go for it? Then we have Lost City, so mostly negative. No, we were definitely not looking at this game then. And then a game that I have in my library, I didn't play it yet, so I'm not the biggest expert when it comes to card games, but I think it's interesting. Some of those games are actually really fun. So Northman, Hour of the Wolf, very positive, 60% down, and the Battle of Sector 219, also 90% down, and I already own it, so 69 cents. This might be an interesting game. And then let's have a closer look, my friends. That's the Strategic and Conquest games. So I see a lot of percentages down here. Mordheim City of the Damned. So 75% down, mostly positive review. This sounds interesting. Then Small World, also mostly positive. Then the Battle of the Bulge, so this place now in the Ardennes, and the Belgian-Luxembourgish Ardennes, when the Germans were coming back in the Second World War. So those strategic conquest games are mostly Second World War or First World War games. So if you're into those kind of games, so definitely you should take a look. So those games, you need a lot of patience. I would say if you're a fan of those games, you already know them very, very good. As I said, I'm not the expert of this kind of games, but I have, for example, also in my library Lupul's first Doomster, so it must be a game I got for review purposes. Haven't played it yet, will play it in the future. Axis and Allies, okay, here we find it again. A lot of very interesting games. My god, it's unbelievable how many strategy games are actually on Steam, don't you think so? What are your favorite strategy games, my friends? So write down in the comment section if you want to discuss it. So very, very cool games here. And then we have the casual and the party games. So those are the typical board game party games. So therefore I think the board games, well, it's a little misleading since we have here all those strategy conquest games and the card games in general. So these are the typical board games. So the Game of Life is, for example, a very typical board game. I enjoyed this. So I played with a friend we were in a multiplayer. We both made a YouTube video out about it. So check out the YouTube videos if you're interested in more footage about this game. So mostly positive. Yeah, it was okay. So most people know this game from their childhood, definitely. Then Throne of Lies. I didn't really enjoy this one, I have to say. So I played it a little bit. I want to make a video out of it, about it. So I didn't really enjoy it. Alright, and then we have the adventure game. We have the adventure games, my beautiful friends. What tile? This looks so cool. Mostly positive, 50% down. I'm checking this out a bit closer. This one is already in my library. Must have gotten it in my Steam Curators group. Then we have the free-to-play games. Let's check which is the best free-to-play game. Very positive. Catan, mixed. Shadowhunter, mixed. Mostly positive. Chess game, a very simple chess game. I mean, you don't need 1,000 board games, just get the very simple chess game. Magic Nations, Mixed Business Tour, mixed. Card Hunter, very positive. The Elder Scrolls Legend. This is actually good, so I'm going to play this a bit more. Actually, I enjoyed this a lot, the Elder Scrolls Legend. So free to play, check it out. The Elder Scrolls, the Skyrim Elder Scrolls card games. Stormbound, mixed. Longsword, mixed. Warbands, Bushido, and so on and so forth. And then we have even more games. So check out the Elder Scrolls card game. Elder Scrolls Legend, very interesting. yeah, that's it. So that's it for me. So that's the Steam Sale event, the Board Games Weekend. So it's going to be the whole weekend. I think it's going to be until the 4th or the 5th of August. So check it out. I mean, it's going to be written on the store page. You see it. And yeah, thank you very much for watching this short video, and see you the next time, beautiful people.